Guess what this girl forgot to do for this video? Film the intro. Yeah, I forgot to film the intro, so here we go. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Alexandra. I hope you stick around for a while. I have had books on my currently reading pile since December 2023. And I just thought, what better way to actually read them and finish them than a vlog? Because apparently nothing that I was doing worked. So, I mean, I kind of needed you to be here and to pressure me into actually finishing them. So thank you for being here. I don't think I could have done it without your help. And now let's get into the books that are on my currently reading pile. We have these 4 incredible books with us today. The first one being Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I started this one in December 2023. I got 15 pages into it, and then for some reason my brain decided to just put it down. And I have no reason for that. I have no idea why I did that, so it's time I finish it. Then the next one on my list is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Penn. I, again, started this not in 2023, thank God. I started it last year, but again, another book that I want to finish because that's why I started it in the first place. Then the last 2 books I actually started quite recently, and those are One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake and You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I think my plan of attack is actually to finish these 2 because I started them more recently and I won't have problems to get into them, hopefully, and then ultimately finish these 2 as well. So grab a snack, grab your favorite drink, and let's get into it. Progress check, it's actually a couple of days later and I have finished You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. Don't get me wrong, it was really good for a debut, but there were a couple of things that just annoyed me a little bit. For example, the breath she didn't realize she was holding, or a towel in somebody's hand that she didn't realize they were holding, or the tear that she didn't realize she was crying, and stuff like that. I mean, it was a little bit annoying, but on the other hand, I liked the relationship between them. I liked that they were realistic enough to be teenagers, and I liked the way it was written. I also just finished One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake, and oh my god, I have been reading this for forever. I mean, it might just probably be 2 or 3 weeks, but at this point it feels like forever. And I forgot to mention, I gave this book 4 stars. This book's writing style, amazing, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, all the stars in the world. What I struggled with though was the pacing a little bit. I felt like at times it was slow, even though this book is divided in acts, and then those acts are divided in scenes, and the scenes are actually the chapters, which you can see were pretty short. I mean, yeah, there were longer ones, but it had short chapters too, but I felt like at times it was just slow paced too slow-paced for my personal preference, but I liked it nonetheless. I love the poetic writing style. Like, this is what I get from this book. The poetic writing style that will definitely make me read any other books that Olivia Blake has written. So I can cross these two off of the list of the books that I'm currently reading. I still have a few to cross, but I'm really curious to see how long it will take me, considering that for these, I also use the audiobook. Like, whenever I wasn't able to sit down and read them, I would just pop on the audiobook and do the chores around the house or do whatever I had to do. So now I'm actually scared for the last couple of books that I have to read, because I don't want them to take me forever, but at the same time I want to read them because they are interesting. So yeah. Okay, so update, we are on the floor right now. I am this much through this book. I am at page actually 215, and unfortunately I do not have time to finish the chapter because I have to go to work, but I will finish it on my way to work on my phone in ebook format. So far it's okay. I've been struggling to read it for, at this point, I think it's somewhere along the lines of 2-3 months, and I just want to be done with it. It's really good so far, but it's really slow, and it's really whimsical and lyrical, but also character driven, and I am usually drawn to plot driven books rather than character driven, but the way in which this is narrated really makes up for it. I have not specified, but this is a book about a girl whose mom commits suicide, and somehow she thinks that her mom turned into a bird, and she has to follow this bird to the country her mom is from and finally meet her grandparents. Being halfway through, I hope I am going to finish this by the end of the week. Hello there. Have you come to say hi? Hi. I'm really excited because I have 3 packages that have arrived for me, and I only have to go and pick them up. And 2 of those are regarding my outfit for Eastern European Comic Con, which will be next weekend. And the other one is for BookTube with a new tripod that also has an incorporated light and some mini microphones that I am really excited to see and test out. Regarding my Eastern European Comic Con outfit, I want to recreate something. I'm not going full in like cosplay style, but I want to recreate something along the lines of Jinx's outfit. And I did order some pants, like secondhand pants, but they are red and black, and I have to dye them to make them purple and black. I really hope they will turn out the way I want them to. Now let's get to work, and I will be back later. I am back from work. I got changed into something more comfortable. Have my pretty little kitty here. Hi. He's Not impressed. And I have the 2 packages that I picked up on my way home. Apparently there were not 3 of them. I think that the 3rd one, the last one, has to come in a few days, but before that happens, I am going to open these up. I don't have the best pair of scissors. They don't really do much, but it's all we got. So these are the paintbrushes that I will use to make my outfit. Apparently he's very excited too. Next, I think these are the things that I ordered for BookTube.
A few moments later.
This should be the tripod. I am going to open it up in a second. And the second thing are these. They're so tiny. This is for my phone, I think. And then I have 2. Like one of them, I don't think it's broken, right? Yeah, no, it's not broken. One of them is lighting up. Am I in trouble? I will figure it out in time, hopefully. And now let's see the tripod. And we have another pretty kitty here with us. She's not really happy to be joining us, but we're going to let her go. Oh, okay. What selfie stick? What? So I think it's called a selfie stick, but apparently it has a tripod, so it should look something like this. Let's see it in action. Okay, so how does this work? It's lining up, but... And I also don't understand how this is going to be a meter tall. Like it said...
12 seconds later.
It says that it can get up to 1 meter. I mean, I will eventually figure it out. It's working. Something is working, so we are on the right track. So apparently I discovered where I am supposed to put my phone, and I don't know if I should like... Okay, so it can be 1 meter tall, I guess. I don't know what that was. Everything's fine. Everything's great. I hope it wasn't essential. I mean, I can put it back, but what? Oh, I think this is like the... Yeah, it's like a remote to start the phone. That's why it's lighting up. Okay. It all makes sense now. But I can't, for the life of me, figure this out. Like, how on earth am I going to make this a tripod? Like, it needs to be a tripod.
Eventually.
I guess I'm going to take a look at the instructions manual. Thank you. So apparently to clip my phone in this, I can do that. So it's helpful. But it says here, for the tripod, open the handle outwards to turn it into tripod mode. Like outwards. How? I mean, now I know how. I think that's the farthest it's going to go. You didn't see that. Oh, no, it's going even more than that. Okay, great. So we did it together. Thank you so much for your emotional support. I couldn't have done it without you. We have a tripod or a playing stick or a microphone. Can you share with us your favorite snackies? Yeah, that's very useful information. Okay, I would love to know how the light gets switched on. It says it's removable, but I don't understand how. Do I just press this? And it's like... Yeah, apparently yes. So this is removable. Okay, so it works. My vision for this was that I was going to film with these shelves behind me because I want to change my background. And the problem with it is that my windows are there. So if I film like this, light will only hit half of my face. And I was thinking of maybe balancing it out and putting this light on this half of my face and like maybe natural light on this side of my face. I don't know if that is going to work, but if not, I will just use this as a light like this. And it's just better than no light at all. It also has like a safety thingy here. I think it was a safety thingy. I don't think it was a safety thingy. I don't know. This vlog will be a mess. I can already feel it. It wasn't a safety thingy. Oh god. It feels like I shouldn't have ripped it off. Even though it doesn't impact anything, but it feels like I just shouldn't have. But it's still a little sticky, so I'm going to try to stick it back. Hopefully. Nobody will see it anyways. Yeah, I don't know, but I will try to put you on here and I'll be right back. Okay, so I managed to put you on this tripod, but I feel like it's a little lopsided. And see what I was talking about? The light, like the light is coming from here, and maybe I can do this, or like, I don't know. Technically, the light should be somewhere. Wait. Whatever, somewhere here. But it's still pretty bad, so... And apparently, yeah, I'm blinding myself with this, but it has like different intensities, so this can actually work. Ignore the sweat on my face, it's glow. This is as good as it's going to get, and that's kind of it. Now let me update you on the books. Okay, so unfortunately I did a little bit of testing and you can hear me better without any microphone at all. You're really cute, but the quality is not the best, so I am going to continue filming videos like this and just talking without a microphone at all. Okay, and I have the books here. I am still currently reading 3 books, and those are The Astonishing Color of After. I am still at page 215, I think. Yeah, no progress with this one. I will try to read more of it before going to bed tonight. I am also currently reading Obsidio because I didn't have enough books on my currently reading list, so I decided to reread the Illuminae files, and I read Illuminae, I read Gemina, reread Gemina and Illuminae, and I'm rereading Obsidio. I have this much left, so I think I'm going to finish it tonight. I do want to finish it, but somehow I'm getting that feeling of I want it to be over, but I don't want it to be over, because then I will be done with the series again, and what will I do with my life? But it's time. It's time to finish it tonight. And then the last book that I have on my currently reading list is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I'm really excited for this book, but I'm also really afraid that I might not like it, and my expectations are through the roof. This is one of the books on my TBR that I am expecting to be 5 stars. I'm scared to read it because what if it's not a 5-star read? I know that's a stupid reason for not continuing or reading the book, and this is why I am going to finish it by the end of this vlog. For tonight, however, I am going to focus on these 2. I want to finish this one. I also am listening to the audiobook while reading the physical book, and if by any chance you ever want to read the Illuminae files, this is the way to go. You have to physically read it while listening to the audiobook. It's a full cast audiobook with sound effects and everything it needs. It's the best audiobook I have ever listened to, and the experience cannot be whole. It cannot be complete if you only read it like physically, or if you only listen to the audiobook. After I finish this one, because I have like 20 pages left, I am going to go into this one and try to get down at least like 50 pages. I will see you with some updates probably tomorrow. Good morning. It is actually the next day, and I do have a little bit of progress to share with you. I did manage to finish Obsidio before going to sleep last night. If you have not read the Illuminae files, drop everything and go read it. It is a trilogy. These are the 3 books in the trilogy. It starts with Illuminae, then it has Gemina and Obsidio, the last one. And it is about a little planet that gets attacked one day. And some people on that planet manage to escape, among those being Ezra and Katie, our first main characters. And I say first main characters because Illuminae follows Katie and Ezra, Gemini follows 2 other main characters, and in Obsidio, we have all the ones that managed to stay alive. Also, this series is told in the most interesting format that I have ever seen. It has chat logs, it has maps, it has messages. It's a series I would recommend to everyone, and especially as I was saying yesterday, I recommend reading it physically while listening to the audiobook. Then remember how I said that I am going to try and read 50 pages of The Astonishing Color of After? Well, I read something that has to do with number 5, not 50, but I read 5 pages, so progress. I am now on page 220. At least I managed to finish the chapter, so I can start clean now. And I think I'm going to read a little bit of this while I eat breakfast. And then later, because I don't have the audiobook of this book, I don't know how, but it doesn't exist. I searched on Audible, I searched it everywhere, and it's not available in my country for some reason. And considering that I have a lot of chores to do around the house, I have a lot of cleaning, like serious cleaning to do, I think I'm going to put this down for now, and I am going to start Strange the Dreamer, or at least start continuing it. No, actually, because I'm only on page 15, I think I'm going to start it from the beginning. It's not much of a difference at all, and nothing from these pages stuck in my mind, so I remember nothing. I have like 2 sticky notes here for maybe quotes. However, if I don't remember anything, I am just going to start it again. And I think I have the audiobook for this one. I will check again, and if I do, I will just listen to it while I do the serious cleaning that I have to do. I am finally done with cleaning the house. I made myself some matcha, and I have a few updates regarding Strange the Dreamer. I started it again, and I'm currently on page 125, and I do not know what possessed me to say that I am afraid of not liking this book. I don't know if you can see, but I also started annotating it. I mean, not with like pens or highlighters. I used sticky notes for some scenes and quotes that I really liked. I can already tell that this will be one of my all-time favorites. I hope I'm not jinxing it, but so far I love the writing style. If you can hear anything, it's my cat. It's like under the couch, I don't know, digging for gold or something. I love the theme of dreams and stories and the fact that the main character is a librarian and he thinks that he has no power at all in comparison to like warriors, mathematicians, or alchemists. And I love the perspective of making someone with the ability of telling stories and with the ability of dreaming of impossible dreams as important as someone who's great at math or who's a warrior or who can turn any metal into maybe gold or something like that. Also going to look up some quotes to share with you that I absolutely loved. To give you a little bit of context, this story is about a city whose name was suddenly forgotten one day, erased from everybody's memories, erased from books, and replaced with the name Weep. And our main character, Laszlo Strange, has been fascinated by the mysteries surrounding the city of Weep his entire life. And one day, a troop of warriors from Weep come to Laszlo's city in search for people who could help them deal with their final problem. He's presented with the opportunity of joining them. He does so, and then on the way, there is a bet about who can guess what the problem of Weep is. And there was a quote I really liked when Laszlo was thinking of what he can guess the problem is. Okay, so the conversation is between Laszlo and a female warrior from Weep. Laszlo had not entered a theory into the book. There couldn't possibly be an idea left unclaimed, he said. Well, there is not a boring one left unclaimed, that's for certain. If I hear one more manly variation of the conquest theory, I might kill myself. But you can do better, I know you can. You're a storyteller. Dream up something wild and improbable, she pleaded. Something beautiful and full of monsters. Beautiful and full of monsters? All the best stories are. And then he says, it isn't a story contest though. But it is. It's a true story contest, and I think the truth must be stranger than that lot is fit to dream up. I was concerned after I said that I wanted to finish this by the end of this vlog. Now I'm not anymore. I'm just not. There was another quote that I really liked towards the beginning of the book, and that quote is, it was impossible, of course, but when did that ever stop any dreamer from dreaming? I rest my case, no further questions, Your Honor. I also went to the mall with my boyfriend to do some food shopping, and while we were there, we entered the bookstore to just browse the books. That's what I told myself, because your girl is on a book buying ban that she didn't want to break. There is one addition to this bookshelf that I have behind me, again, even if I am on a book buying ban, and that addition is right here. I promised myself I wouldn't break the book buying ban, especially since Comic-Con is next weekend, and I will for sure buy at least 4 or 5 discounted books from there. But when I saw this, I could not for the life of me say no. And that book is the special edition of Watch Me by Tahara Mafi. Have you ever seen something more beautiful, stunning than this? The moment I saw this, I could hear Cupid firing his arrows towards me, and I couldn't resist. On the front it says, in my dreams I am safe, and then on the back it says, in my dreams I am patient and kind. There's also this sprayed edges and a quote, and under the dust jacket it's just purple. Am I holding this correctly? Yeah. It's purple and it has stars and moons, and it's stunning. I can't believe I have this in my hands. I wanted to buy it, but I didn't think they already had it at my local bookstore. So this was an opportunity I could not say no to. This was my most anticipated release of this year, and I am even thinking of filming a vlog of me reading it. So if you are interested in something like that, let me know. I also read one of the quotes here, and it says, "No one will ever know the violence it took to become this gentle." I for sure know what I am going to start after finishing my current reads. I just got out of the shower, excuse my face, but I just wanted to show you the true masters of the house. Look at her. Look at her. She is so exhausted. She worked so much today. She deserves all the sleep in the world. And then we have here the other master of the house, also exhausted. Hello, little man. Hello friends, good morning. How are you feeling? I am pretty determined to finish at least one of the books that I'm currently reading today. I have here this book for which I have a few updates. I am currently on page 284. Yeah, 284. And I think I have around 200 pages left. I listened to the audiobook of this for a bit this morning while I dyed my eyebrows and while I did my skincare and all. Now that I have like 2 beverages behind me ready, I think I am going to go into it a little bit and read it physically. In terms of the story, I now think things are a little bit clearer. I now know, and I don't think that's a spoiler because it says something about that on the back of the book too. I now know that there was a war between humans and gods, and only 5 god spawn survived. I have to say, out of those 5, if you've read this book and you remember Minya, I hate her with a firing passion. She's so annoying. I kind of see her point of view. She has this stance of like attacking the humans to have revenge for what happened in the war, and she's very vengeful and very aggressive, and I kind of understand her point of view, but at the same time nothing will ever make me take her side. Also, I really like the dynamic between Laszlo Strange and Sarai, one of the other god spawn, that somehow goes into his dreams and communicates with him. I am totally excited for more of their encounters and possibly maybe one day face to face, who knows? Even though 200 pages seems like a lot for me to read in a day, I've seen everywhere on booktubers that manage to read like 500 pages in a day, like, I don't know, do 24-hour readathons and read 6 books, but I can't. I don't know what happened to me when I was born, but reading fast was not in my job description. That's why I really hope that I will be able to finish this book by the end of tonight. And as far as the astonishing color of after is concerned, I have not read one page of that book in like a day. This one was way too interesting to put down. I am going to enjoy my drinks over there and read this for the time being, and I will check back in later. I really tried, but it's almost 1:30 in the morning, and how do people do this? How do people read so much in a day and so late? I mean, you can even see my dark circles coming into play. They're usually here with me, but I feel like now they're more present than ever. And to be fair, I am on chapter 56. I have this much left to read. It doesn't seem like a lot, but my brain cannot compute right now. I am on page... Oh, what? I'm on page 453 out of like 520. So I have 70. Is that right? Yeah, 70, right? I have 70 pages left, but I do not see myself reading one more tonight. That would be a task for tomorrow's Alexandra. So I am going to go to sleep and I will finish this tomorrow in the morning. We are back. Oh my god. I mean, for you, it might have been like a millisecond, but for me, jump scare. It's been like at least a week. I finally finished all the books that I was currently reading. Oh my god, you cannot even believe the level of happiness that I am feeling right now, knowing that I could pick any book of my shelves and not hear that voice inside my head. Oh, you should actually finish the one that you already started. Like, oh my god, it's so it feels so good. I actually have more updates than I thought I would have since the last time that we saw each other. I've been to Comic-Con and I did in fact manage to make my outfit, my Jinx inspired outfit. I dyed my pants and the top was amazing. It looked great. The finished product honestly was exactly what I was going for, like something inspired but not necessarily a cosplay. But I don't know what happened. I filmed almost nothing there. I have no excuses. I wanted to actually make a vlog of me going there and making my outfit, but I do not have footage for that. I have like almost zero usable footage because I tried to film things without actually filming any people there, and that went horribly. Like, you can't even understand what's happening necessarily. And then I saw all these TikToks of other people going there and they looked amazing, so I was like, you know what, I should have just filmed what was happening without, you know, being scared of filming cosplayers or something, because they were great, they were amazing. Like, some of the cosplays that I've seen this year were chef's kiss. That's what I have to say about Comic-Con. And 1 second, I also bought some stickers, 3 to be exact. Okay, I hope the camera will focus on them, but yeah, here we go. I have this one first. 1 second. Is it focusing? Is it not focusing? Oh, come on, dude. I mean, you can see it, okay? We are going to pretend that you can see it. It's from Friends, like with the Central Perk like cafe. Then I bought this one, and this says, I'm sorry it's out of focus, but I'm trying, okay? It says, I understand nothing. And this just describes my life. If I had to describe my life into stickers, it would be this one and the next one, which I'm going to show you in a second, which is a little bit dramatic. You know that scene from Gilmore Girls where Lorelai is like, I'll be fine, I just have to be dramatic first? That's me. That's 100% me. And of course, I also could not leave the Comic-Con premises without buying new books, because I don't have enough apparently. I bought 4 books. They were all at least a little bit discounted because I was not going to buy anything if the prices were like normal prices. But some of them, I think 2 of them, were actually in the section of a little bit damaged, and you know, the price was of course reflecting that. And 2 others I actually picked up because I felt like I was not going to buy any books there. And my obsessed brain panicked and was like, no, you have to buy something. You have to buy something. That's why I ended up with 4. The first one being You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thau, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. The only thing I know about this book is that I think these 2, it's a story about 2 friends. One of them dies, and then somehow the friend that remains alive is called by the friend that recently died. And that's all I know. I don't need to know more. Then I bought Cursed Crowns. This was one of the books that was a little bit damaged. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, that's the damage. And for you to get why I bought this book, even though I have not read the first one, is because the price of this one was at least half the normal price. And all because it's a little like dented here. Then I got a book that was Bella's Patreon community's book of the month. I hope that makes sense. Bella over a Throne of Pages. She is great. She's amazing. She's talented. I love her with my entire being. But unfortunately, I recently joined and I did not manage to read the book with them. But the book was Tress of the Emerald Sea. I mean, I should have at least have known the freaking title. I am so sorry. This is actually the only book by Brandon Sanderson that I own, and it will be the first one that I read. I saw everyone's reactions. I tried not to get spoiled, but their reactions made me so excited to pick this one up. I cannot even begin to tell you. Also, I am even more excited because I used to watch Brandon Sanderson's courses like on YouTube, writing courses, and I love them. I haven't watched all of them yet. I tried to implement some of his tips and tricks onto my writing. I did take some mental notes of everything that I heard, and I'm really excited to see his writing in action. And the last book that I got was again one from the pile of books that were damaged, and at first I actually did not notice any damage. I was like, someone must have put this here by mistake, but I'm not gonna question the universe. I'm not gonna question anything because I deserve this, okay? I deserve it. Only to put it in my tote bag and then leave it there for like a few hours until I got home and see that it was actually damaged. Not a lot, but it was. And that book is The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. And when it comes to this book, I actually have no idea what it is about. No clue, none, not a one. But I kept seeing it on Book Talk and on BookTube, and again, I am not the type of girl or reader for that matter to say no to cheap books. I mean, my physical TBR can attest to that. Now let's get on to the reading updates because, oh my god, again, can you tell I'm happy I finished all the books that I was currently reading? Like, Can you? I don't think you can, right? The last time I updated, I was reading Strange the Dreamer and I had a few pages left. I don't remember the number, I'm sorry. But I was very tired and I said that I was going to finish it in the morning, and that's what I did. But I also think I said that I was going to finish The Astonishing Color of After the day after, you know? And I don't know who that girl was kidding, but I did not do that. However, I did manage to finish Strange the Dreamer, like I said, and oh my god, this book. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, I can't say much. Read it. Please, please read this book. I am so pumped for the next one because this is a duology. After finishing this book, I was actually scrolling on TikTok and I came across one of Taylor's songs, and I can't remember which it was, but for some reason it matched this book, like I can't say anything, oh my god. And I don't remember what the song was. It was something like The Bluest Gods. It's from TTPD and it's a sad song. That's what I remember. I don't know if it's LOML or So Long London. It's towards the end and it says something about gods in blue. All in all, I think I gave this one like a 4.75 stars, only because I thought that in the beginning it was a little hard for me to get into it. It was really whimsical, but at the same time slow, and it took me a little bit, but besides that, it's a great book. After finishing Strange the Dreamer, fast forward a week at least, or a week and a half, I finished The Astonishing Color of After. I actually finished this book last night, and to cry is an understatement. This is another book that took me forever to get into. I don't know why I have this problem with books that are more like slow paced and focused on characters more than the plot itself. It took me a while to get into it. Better late than never. I finished it, I loved it, and I gave it 4 stars. Again, 4 stars, not because it's not a good book. Like, this book is amazing, and it's a debut because it's written on the back. It was blurbed by Gail Foreman, the author of If I Stay, and it says a heart-wrenching debut, and I was like, a debut? It's so poetic, and oh my god. If I think about the ending one more time, I'm going to start crying again, and I'm not about that life right now. I can't remember if I actually said what this book was about, but this follows Lee, whose mother just committed suicide, and oh my god. And after her mom commits suicide, she finds a little note left by her that was like crossed out, and it says, I want you to remember. And somehow she starts thinking that her mom turned into this red bird, and she follows the bird to Taiwan to meet her grandparents because her mom was from Taiwan. And it's a story about a beautiful story about remembering and memories, and about learning to let people go and not regret the moments that you've spent together, but rather cherish them and be proud and happy that you can remember them. And it's not really a spoiler, but this book has one of the best last lines that I have ever read. So throughout this book, Lee is obsessed with the bird. She has to find the bird because the bird is her mother and she needs to speak with her mother. And after everything is done, she is on a plane and she looks out the window, and the line says, I catch a glimpse of the clouds below and the edge of our shadow upon them, shaped like a bird. Actually, to be honest with you, I am really happy that I finished this yesterday and not leave the ending for like today, because this book made me cry yesterday, and had I left the ending for today, it would have made me cry today too. So, you know, take 2 crying sessions and merge them into one. And that's pretty much it. Again, I cannot believe that I finished all of the books. Like, oh my god. I do kind of feel a little bit drained and exhausted from all this reading, even if I did not really read that much, like each day specifically. But I think I am going to take a little bit of a break and just pick up some manga or something, not really go into another hefty book right away. I am actually thinking of making a vlog of me reading Watch Me. I have it here. If you're interested in that, let me know. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyways, so you're welcome or sorry, I don't know. But the moment I finished all the books on my currently reading list, two books came to my mind, and those were Watch Me and Sunrise on the Reaping. But before getting into any of them, I am going to, as I said, take a step back and read some manga and just relax and try to reconnect the brain cells that I have left. I truly hope that you liked this vlog. If you did, let me know, leave it a thumbs up, and tell me in the comments if you've read any of the books that I mentioned. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye!